Okay, so I don't usually dedicate an entire video to one subject. I mean, I guess I technically do, depending on what the subject is, but this is one specific thing that there are multiple clips of, which is kind of different from what I usually do. Let me know if you guys like this. This is something new I kind of wanted to try out. If this goes well, I got a couple other ideas to go off some stuff. The next one I'm thinking is, there's a lot of paranormal stuff that goes on at Bobby Mackey's, so if you guys are interested in this kind of content, let me know and I'll do more stuff like this. Let's get into this case. This is the Watts family murders. This is based around Christopher Watts, who killed his family back in 2018. The Watts family lived in Frederick, Colorado. Chris was an American oil field operator. He was married to Shannon Watts, and he had 2 children, Bella and Celeste, who also goes by Cece. One day Chris snapped and he killed not only his wife, who was pregnant at the time, but his 2 daughters. He buried his wife Shannon in a shallow grave near the oil storage facility where he worked, and he dumped his children's bodies into crude oil tanks. The worst part about this is he initially pled innocence. He acted like they disappeared. But 2 days later he was arrested after confessing in an interview with detectives that he had murdered his wife, and then later had admitted to murdering his children. Now, there's definitely cases on this that you can go check out. There's different kind of documentaries about it, but over and over again when I search for paranormal clips, I keep finding clips about the Watts family in the house. And what's crazy is, there was so much paranormal activity in this house that they actually tried to change the street number, they changed the way it looked. Today we're going to go over some clips I've found on the internet that kind of document the hauntings, the spirits that are trapped in this house. But today let's look at some clips from before the change happened.
Number 1.
This video comes from TikTok user Haunted TikToks, and this is body cam footage from 2 police officers that were called in to investigate the home. More often than not, neighbors would see strange things happening, like lights turning on and off, and the supposedly occasional shadow that would appear in the windows, or as you can see here at the banister, looks like there's a shadow coming down the stairs. And really the nail in the coffin in this one would be that these are body cams, yet they're picking up EVP. Now, it doesn't seem like the officers are hearing it, because if they were, I'm sure they'd respond to it, but as they're walking around through the house, you can hear voices talking about this is their home and who they're with. Honestly, it's quite compelling footage. Give the full clip a watch and then let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below.
Footage is 100% real. It is documented police video captured by one of the investigators' body camera. So shortly after entering the house, they catch some strange video on the stairs. Many viewers believe that this looks like a quick glimpse of a childlike apparition descending the stairs. But it could just be a video glitch. You decide. But then the policewoman begins to catch multiple strange and unusually clear EVPs on her body cam.
There's your attic access right there. So there's your attic access right there.
But strangest of all, while investigating an upstairs closet, the investigators hear something that actually seems to spook them. An unexplained voice of a giggling child can be heard, but there's absolutely no explanation for where the sound came from. The K-9 officer is so spooked she asks the other officer to check it out.
Oh my gosh. What in the world is that? Wow. Go in there and step on that little blue thing and see if that's where that noise came from. Sounded like a kid toy. I heard it.
Did you hear it?
I did.
Sounded like a kid giggling or something, didn't it? Or a kid.
It did.
Right, well, we'll make a note of that.
I heard it. Definitely heard the same thing you did.
Yeah, I know.
But the story gets even stranger. 1 month after the tragic incident, police are called back to the empty house because neighbors report seeing a woman moving around inside the home. Also, someone had turned on the inside garage lights. The police found no one inside, but some viewers believe that they might have caught something else. As a police officer is standing at the top of the stairs, it almost looks as if some small shadow peeks out from behind him, just for a second. So is the Watts house haunted by the spirits of Shannon and her daughters? Or are these simply tricks of the light and random noises?
Number 2.
This video comes from TikTok user True Crime with Bella, and in this video we have somebody who's gone up to the house and is peering through the front door window when they happen to capture something that looks like a shadow of a child up at the top of the banister of the stairs. Now, this is not definitive proof, and it's very possible that this could just be a trick of the light or the way the light's reflecting into the home. As you can see, it is dark upstairs, so take this with a grain of salt. Not every single person who walks up to the window and starts recording is going to get lucky enough to capture a spirit. I will say whatever they capture, it does almost look like this small shadow of a child, so... And it is moving. But I'll leave it up to you to decide whether this is legit or not. It's very interesting nonetheless. If this is real, it's sad, because those kids didn't get to live the life they deserve because their dad decided to snap. Whatever his case was.
Number 3.
This video comes from TikTok user Kyle Dower. I'm not sure how to say his name, honestly. In this video, somebody heads to the back of the Watts home and starts filming when they happen to capture what looks to be a silhouette through the window. Now, it's very possible this is just a trick of the light or the way the glare lines up. And strangely enough, you can only really see it when the camera zooms in and freezes here, which makes me wonder if it's edited, but that does look like a person. Although, I can't be certain. Because more often than not, things like this end up being just a case of pareidolia, which if you don't know what pareidolia is, it's where you see something that looks like a face or represents a person on something that's not there. Unfortunately, he didn't get close enough to the window for us to actually see, so we just have to take this at face value with a grain of salt. What do you think, though? Do you think this was a ghostly apparition that appeared in the window, or just some fancy editing?
Glass door. That's like a paper that they put up against it, but it's been torn down. Stained glass door.
Number 4.
This video comes from TikTok user The Bonehead. And in this video, we have somebody who's doing a paranormal investigation of the property without going inside when they happen to start filming with a thermal camera. And what they capture is actually quite remarkable. When they turn on the thermal, they capture what seems to be a humanoid shape in one of the upstairs windows. Now, this is the window you reportedly can see Shannon at from the streets if you spend enough time staring at it. Something else to note about this is there are 3 windows in this shot, and only one seems to be giving off some kind of signature. Although, be it not a very hot one, but there's definitely something in that window. Now, is it edited? Probably not. I don't really say you could fake thermal. Now, this would be much easier to debunk if all the windows were showing some kind of anomaly, but as you can see, the window to the left and to the right are both dark. This one, however, is showing something. So, I'm going to leave it up to you. What do you think?
Or my condolences. I'm going to be recording with a different camera on my thermal imaging, because unfortunately I can't take the videos off of it. So, let's look at the top floor there. As you can see, that looks like the warmest window, and there it is. It looks... I want to keep as still as I can. What the hell is that? Oh, it just moved. Look, it looks like a head. It's something holding its hand on the window. What the hell is that? Oh, it just moved.
Number 5.
This video is brought to us by TikTok user Hebe.gbs24. And in this video, we have once again somebody filming the property of the Watts home when they happen to capture something strange on camera. Now, it's interesting because it's only for like a split second you see it, but they did pause the footage to show you in the beginning. Unlike other possible ghost sightings on this property, this one looks almost malicious or dark. Some people in the comments think that this is one of the dark spirits that possessed Chris and caused him to do this to his family. Unfortunately for me, it's literally for a frame of a second we see it, and there's a glare kind of blocking it out. So it's not enough to sell me that this is a ghost, let alone a dark spirit. It's not enough to tell me that this is even Shannon. I don't know what we're looking at here. It's very possible it was just a trick of the light. What do you see when you look into that window? Let me know down below. And that about wraps up this case. I tried to use different clips from different things because there's a lot of repetitive clips of almost the same thing. Shadows of silhouettes on the stairs, possible faces through windows, and body cam from police footage. However, it's a very interesting case, and I highly recommend if you haven't watched any of the documentaries or looked into this, you really should do some research on it because it's bone-chilling, honestly. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll scare you in the next one.